And welcome back to Crypto Hulk Show. Got a show lined up. We got Congress ready to vote, at least the House. Once the House is done, then you got the Senate. But they're going to vote on a bill. Now, staking was an issue. When you stake your crypto, I don't do shit with mine. All my stuff's locked up because I don't trust nobody. When they do free up everything and that, I'm still going to have my stuff locked up and I'm going to be sitting and waiting. Probably for about 6 months and just watch and see who gets wrecked and who's the backstabbers in the government and all that. And what we're going to see today, Congress is going to vote on a bill that allows us to stake and that we're not taxed until we pull out the money. Now, that sounds normal to me. The way the Democratic Congress want to do things in America is tax you before you even get the money. So let's say you put $5 in, you make 10. Congress, the Democratic communist government, wants to tax you on that $10 you made. But what happens then if the next year it goes down to like 5? Then you just paid a bunch of fucking money that you never had. And the government has it and they spend it. Now you're losing money because you never even got the money. See, this all gets stupid. So this new law comes in. We're going to go over this here in just a second. That's what we're going to start the show off with. Can we please get some common sense in this government and stop taxing people on shit that they've never even got money from? This makes no sense at all what the Democrats want to do. But they want to take the money and give it to people that are not even Americans in the first place. It's like unreal. My name is Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor. My show should offend at least half the country. It's done by intention. I don't want everybody on my show. I don't want some people to learn what I have to teach because I don't want them getting rich. So I'd rather them just not watch my show and get fucking wrecked. And that's the payback that is great for them. Don't buy anything that I say or none of that stuff. That'll be it. Let's get into this article here. And let's see what the United States government has planned. Let me do a copy paste for you. Okay. That's weird. It's weird how this article is not copying and pasting. Try it again. There it goes. All right. Here's the title. And this is on what news network? The Block. U.S. lawmakers introduce a bill to clarify taxation of staking rewards. Representatives, so this is in the House of Representatives. Wiley Nickel is a Democrat out of North Carolina, and Drew Ferguson, Republican out of Georgia. These two people introduced a bill on Tuesday called the Providing Tax Clarity for Digital Assets Act. Don't know how successful it'll be, but at least they're trying. Two bipartisan U.S. lawmakers have introduced a bill to clarify that staking rewards. So when you stake your crypto, you should only be taxed at the time of their sale, aiming to prevent double taxation. Kind of makes sense to me. Don't know why you'd have to have a law like this. Oh, that's right, because the Democrat communists try to double tax us. And if you're feeling offended because you're a Democrat, you can get off the channel and go fuck off. Yeah. The United States treatment of digital assets rewards is overly complex, leading to confusion by investors, double taxation, and American businesses relocating overseas. Yep, kind of like Ripple, and lots of them. It says here Representative Ferguson said in a statement, the Providing Tax Clarity for Digital Assets Act would give the industry, the crypto industry, desperately wanted tax clarity, establish United States leadership in digital asset tax treatment, and encourages innovation and businesses in the United States. This comes as the Internal Revenue Service said in a ruling last year that crypto investors who earn rewards from staking services will need to include the value of those rewards as part of their gross income. Now, what no other channel is telling you, only on Crypto Hulk, and I just wonder why it's always my channel, but we have no crypto regulation in the United States. Guess what? The IRS can't tell you what to do. See, here's how it works. Let me break it down how it works. We'll take it back to 8th grade. You have a legislative branch of our government. You have an executive and a judicial. In the United States, that's how it's set up. So I know a lot of people from around the world watch my channel. You have a legislative branch. We got 3 branches of the United States government. The legislative makes laws, okay? Not the IRS. And right now, like I've been only been telling you 4 years now, we have no crypto legislation in the United States. There's nothing in the United States code. So therefore, the court system, like nobody can say anything about crypto because it does not exist. This lawsuit's fake. The judge can't say anything about crypto. Why? Because it does not exist. So you got the legislative branch. Let's go back to 8th grade and take a civics class in the United States, okay? You have the legislative branch. They make laws and definitions, and they create meaning from something that doesn't exist. Okay, that's what legislative branch does. The president is the executive branch. That person will sign or not sign, which we call a veto. They will sign a bill that the legislative branch creates. And then lastly, the judicial, that's the judges. What do the judges do? They don't give their opinion. They look at the law that was created by the legislative branch and signed by the president. And what the judicial branch does is determine, does it mirror our Constitution? Does this law reflect our Constitution? You know, that thing from 1776, that paper. Oh, that's so old. That paper's so old. Says the dummies. So what we have here is these 2 Congress people trying to pass a law so that we're not taxed. For some reason, the IRS, Internal Revenue Service, is even speaking on crypto at all. That's amazing because crypto doesn't exist in the United States code, okay? So somehow the IRS is talking about fairy tales right now, and somebody needs to go check them and find out what the fuck's going on. Why are you talking about fairy tales? Because crypto does not exist in the United States code. Crypto doesn't exist in the United States law. So therefore, if it doesn't exist, the IRS doesn't need to be talking about it. Pretty simple. Doesn't take a law degree to figure the shit out. Okay, I broke it down pretty clear. We're taking this down to 8th grade, where I could have an 8th grader sitting right here understanding every single fucking word I'm saying. Next, crypto industry reacts. The new bill would require that taxes on block rewards from proof of work or proof of stake shouldn't be applied when they are acquired, instead when they are spent or sold. talks about this simple policy would resolve major issues with how cryptocurrencies are taxed today and put the technology on a level playing field. It's called the Proof of Stake Alliance. So let me explain. I'm not a Bitcoin supporter. I don't really care one way or the other about Bitcoin. Doesn't mean anything to me. Um, so I'm not supporting and trying to be a Bitcoin cheerleader. But if a miner um, creates facilitates a transaction, then until they actually collect to get the money and try to sell it, that's the point when they should be taxed, not when the mining people facilitate that transactions when they go to cash it out. Now if they want to take that mining and buy another crypto or something with it, that's still not cashing it out. They're using that money to invest. So cashing out is one thing. Taking profits that they make and putting it into something else is not cashing it out. So there you have that. It's called investing it into something else. But the word cashing out requires a tax. So if you're not cashing it out, the IRS can go fuck themselves pretty much. Now, we have a page here. Here's a Yahoo search. Let me show you what I'm looking at. We're talking about the United States Code. Hold on a second. We got red pilled Stuart Lavelle. Stuart Lavelle, tuition fees, and also the YouTube fuck you with all due respect. That's what we got going on here. Is a platform that's fucking garbage. And people notice that and they give donations out of opposition to the platform. It's weird how I've looked at other platforms and this one so far is the best of the worst. But anyhow, it's a damn shame. Now, I just sent you a search clause or a search right there. Let me click on that. Okay. So if you click on what I just showed you, it takes you to the United States Code. So now you can see what it is. The United States Code, formerly the Code of Laws of the United States of America, is the official codification of the general and permanent federal statutes of the United States. The main edition is published every 6 years by the Office of Law Revision Council of the House of, I believe, Representatives. Okay, Crypto Hulk, what is this? Just like I've been saying, no other channel's been saying it for 4 years at all. You have something called, because I used to work law enforcement, none of the other channels have. So I'm going to speak on authority with this because I have the experience and knowledge, of course, that no other channel has. When I say we have no crypto laws and regulations in the United States Code, see, when I worked, let's say, in California, in order as a peace officer, when somebody would, now this was like a couple of decades, this is a long time ago. Crypto Hulk was like young, 23 to 25 years old. We're talking 95. Yeah. I started off in law enforcement. My daughter was born like 97. So switched up into something less hazardous. But what we got going on is crypto is not in the United States Code. The United States Code gives the authority for the IRS, the SEC, the Justice Department to like arrest people or not, It gives clarity. The United States Code gives clarity on what is this in crypto, what is that, what's legal, what's not legal. Okay, we have none of that. You know what's so funny to me, because I understand, and to you, because now you understand, is that this whole court trial is fake. You know why? Because the judge renders a finding or a decision based on law, codified law. Now, if we say we don't have crypto law, then how does a judge render a finding? And the answer is the judge can't. The judge actually has to dismiss that case because she doesn't have the authority to hear a crypto case. Why? Because it's not in the United States Code. See, when I worked in law enforcement in the middle 90s in California, we had something called the Vehicle Code, the Penal Code, Health and Safety Code, Business and Professions Code. We had these things called codes, and they were in California law. So I go to pull somebody over. I go to arrest somebody. I have to back it up with code. Do you understand this? Code that's in the state law. We don't have these other channels so fucking stupid, they have no idea. They're reporting on this Ripple trial every day like little fucking 8-year-old hookers, and there's no crypto laws. So there's nothing in the United States Code. So the whole lawsuit's fake. It means nothing at all. A judge can listen to a case and do all these things, but then you can come back with facts and be like, that's unconstitutional. The judge made a decision when in fact there's no crypto law, so the judge can't make a decision. It's illegal. It goes against the Constitution. So it's just fascinating how so many channels just have no idea about what we're talking about now. That's where speaking with authority comes in. I've worked at the Justice Department, all these different levels. Other people have not. And I'm not bragging, I'm just stating facts. It's not arrogance, it's confidence. So when the Annalisa Torres judge in this Ripple case, she can't say anything about crypto. It doesn't exist in the law. There's nothing in the United States Code. The IRS can't tell you. I mean, it can tell you all you want. That's illegal to do that. That runs into an 18 United States Code section. Let's look at the United States Code, shall we? Let me show you right now what the United States Code looks like, so you know what I'm talking about. Let's look at this right here. There we go. Crypto Hawk, what are we looking at? It says United States Code. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. There's Title 1, 2, 3, goes all the way down to Title 54. Here's the different things that it covers. The United States Code covers war and national defense, national and commercial space programs, patents, crime control and law. It covers everything. National Guard, money and finance. In Title 31, money and finance, that's where one would think to find cryptocurrency, right? Under money and finance. It's not in there. There's a little mention of it. Biden's executive orders in there. But there's nothing voted on by Congress, no definitions and all these things, penalties. If you do this, it's a minimum 3 months to 9 months in prison. No, there's none of these things. You'd expect that in Title 31, money and finance. I did look through Biden's executive order. It's in there. But Congress hasn't made a law to put in the United States Code. So whatever we have in there with crypto, it's very general. It's nothing at all for a judge to make a decision on. Okay, that part's for certain. But that I wanted to show you at least right here. Some of you may be interested in looking through the United States Code. Of course, no other channels going over this at all. because this isn't going to get big headlines. I don't care about big headlines. What I care about is teaching you the fundamentals of law, and where we get them in the United States is right here, the United States Code. This covers every area of the United States living: domestic security, agriculture, aliens and nationality, armed forces, bankruptcy laws, census, on it covers everything I'm not getting into. Okay. So why is this important? Again, we have court cases going on. This is absurd, totally absurd. We have court cases going on, but yet we don't have law voted on by Congress entered into the United States Code. This is totally absurd, or let's call it crazy behavior. Okay. It's meant to fool the American people. The reason my channel is shadow banned so much is because I teach you and show you what exactly is going on. Okay. Judges cannot make a decision on anything. What judges do and what they're supposed to do is look into the law and interpret that law and then measure it against the case that they're hearing. That's what judges are supposed to do. Well, in the Ripple trial, all these crypto trials, there's nothing in the law for the judge to refer to and examine to see if it lines up with the Constitution. But nobody's talking about it except yours truly. Now, there is something called, if we look here in the United States Code, if you go to Title 18, so if you click on, you go to Title 18 and you scroll, it's kind of tricky. Scroll over to the right and you click on Title 18 and you scroll down. Let me see here. There's a section, like this thing's huge, but if you go to like section 242, it's hard to find. I'm not going to. There's section 4, 16, 43, 113, 155. We're going to go to section 242, section 203. Let's go 210, 230. We're getting closer. 290. Let's sped up real quick. 250, 248, 245, 242. Here we go. United States Code, section 242, deprivation of rights under color of authority. What we're looking at here is when somebody that works for government, like a judge, a Gary Gensler, the IRS, the Justice Department, FBI, if somebody when it's under color of authority, that means you work for the government. I'll just simplify that verbiage, the language they use. Normal people don't talk about under color of authority. That just means you work for the government. Whoever works under color of any law, statute, and ordinance willfully subjects any person in the United States or territories, depriving them of any rights or privileges. What do you have a right to in America? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Okay? You have a right to life. We're not going to get into the abortion issue right now. You have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Anytime a government official, now crypto falls in that. You having the ability, pursuit of happiness. See, this is all constitutional. This is what no other channel discusses because these people have no fucking clue. And all they do is they chase numbers. so their sponsors can give them more money. My job is to teach you basics of law of the United States. And in the Constitution was building a lot of protections, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's pretty general, isn't it? Yeah. Cryptocurrency is not in the United States Code. It's not in the Constitution. It's nowhere at all. Why? Because it doesn't exist legally. Not yet. That's why we talked today about the two congressmen trying to pass a law. See, here's the problem. We have no crypto laws. So these Congress people are coming up with no tax for staking until you sell it. Look, they're hodgepodge in this. Hodgepodge means do a little bit here, a little bit over there, a little bit over in that area. We need an all-encompassing crypto law regulation. What these two Congress people are trying to do is hodgepodge. That shit ain't gonna work. This law is not the end all be all. Okay? We need Congress to get their heads together and work on a crypto law. Under Section 242, I'll just summarize it for you. Anytime a person in government, like the IRS, whoever, takes your ability away for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that's a violation. That could be considered a felony or jail time. Okay? Money, that could be a money penalty and or jail time in a federal penitentiary. Okay? That's what Section 242 is. Gary Gensler is in violation of that. Gary Gensler should be charged by the prosecutors of the United States, by the Justice Department, but they're bought off. But I'm just showing you how it should be, not how it is. All right? But that's what Section 242 is. If you deprive any person's right or privilege to buy crypto, I'm adding that word in there. But if you deprive of any right, privilege, or immunities secured and protected by the Constitution, then you're subject to punishment according to United States law. That's how it should be. Even to a judge. A judge could be held for violation of United States Code 18, Section 242. If a judge prevents you from getting crypto, if a judge allows you to be taxed, or whatever it might be, that judge is in violation of a civil rights violation right there. And let me go. So that'll be your little law lesson for today. I want to make sure you fully understand what's going on and that you don't pay tax that you shouldn't have to pay. If a government person says you need to pay, that doesn't mean shit. Where in the United States Code does it say I have to pay crypto tax? I'm not seeing that. Can somebody please show me that? Because it's not there. The IRS isn't law. They interpret law. But unfortunately, there is no law for them to interpret, so they're freewheeling it on their own. Next article, let me see. Okay, here's an easy one. Microsoft and Indonesia. Let's take a look here. No other channel has this evidence. Microsoft is gonna invest almost $2 billion into Indonesia. Now, isn't that some? What a nice company, huh? We're going to figure out here in a minute why Microsoft is so nice. Okay? Microsoft is going to invest $1.7 billion into artificial intelligence for Indonesia. Very interesting. Microsoft on Tuesday said it will invest 1.7 over the next 4 years to build new iCloud or cloud and artificial intelligence infrastructure. The investments we are announcing today will help Indonesia thrive in this new era. Microsoft on Tuesday said it will pump 1.7 in Indonesia over the next 4 years. The announcement was made by Satya Nadella, met with Indonesian President Joko Widodo on the same day. Microsoft said the funds will go towards training. Listen to this. Holy shiznit. Microsoft said the funds will go towards training 840,000 Indonesians in artificial intelligence skills and supporting the local community of developers. Now, this is just very interesting to me. They're gonna they're gonna train almost 1 million people in Indonesia. It's not even their country. They're gonna do this. I wonder why. There must be some reason, right? Oh, there's a reason, all right. I'm gonna show you here in a minute. This new generation of artificial intelligence is reshaping how people live and work. The investments we are announcing today, spanning digital infrastructure, skilling, and support for developers, will help Indonesia thrive in this new era. Provide AI skilling opportunities for 2.5 million people in association of the Southeast Asian member states by 2025. Now that's interesting because Crypto Hulk keeps saying spring 2025 is when something massive is going to pop off. And it looks here, they're talking about by 2025. They want to have 2.5 million people. Earlier they said it was 840,000. Now the number goes up to 2.5 million. Interesting. By 2025. And they're trying artificial intelligence breakthroughs that will help Indonesia progress. Indonesia wants to become a developed country as set out in its Golden Indonesia 2045 vision, which aims to make the country into a global economic powerhouse by 2045. 20 years from today, huh? Indonesia. Let me tell you something. Singapore did the same thing. I remember, now I'm going to take this back. Wait, let me check. I got some donations here. Hold on. Enrique Rodriguez, thank you very much for that Tequila Fund donation. Oh, I'm using it already. Trust and believe. That's a very good, worthy cause on the Crypto Hulk channel at Tequila Fund. And you got Senor Rez paying it forward. Awesome. Dennis H, thank you for your donation of the Thai baht. What does Diaper Joe the Sniffer think of that? Okay, so what's with this donating 1.7 billion? Let's talk about Singapore real quick. In the early 90s, I want to say 1992, Crypto Hulk was 22 years old. And I remember Singapore. I was dating somebody who was from Indonesia, and they had cousins, and they lived in Singapore as well for about 5 years. And I remember Singapore in 1992 was working on being a world superpower, at least super rich, which now it is. And they used to have this little jingle that went like 2020, kind of thing like that, right? And I'm listening, I'm 22. I have no idea. The grandma used to always watch like Chinese TV or Singapore TV. So I'd always hear this 2020. It was like a big fucking deal back then. Let me tell you something. Singapore had a goal to be a super rich country on the cutting edge of technology and all this and that. And guess what? They are. Now, Indonesia 20 years from now, that's their goal. So I've already seen this happen over there. I remember it in the early 90s, 92, 93. I remember that. The little jingle of the Singapore 2020. Um, their goal by 2020, from what I understood, they wanted to be a world superpower. And it's like 30 years ago or something. And by 2020, they made it. Now it's Indonesia's turn. Let's see if they have that same ability. Everyone over the age of 16 will be given 10,000 baht in Thailand by the end of the year. Oh, it's approximately $300. Interesting. Let's go. Oh, so the Microsoft. Now, let me go ahead and just show you right here. This is all a plan. Indonesia is a Ripple partner, so they have to have all the, and they will be a success. Because I'm going to show you right here. Go to the 3-second mark. 3-second mark. This is a 1-minute video. Go to the 3-second mark. And what do you see? Ripple Indonesia. When was this? 2015. It says 2000, it shows copyright with a C. 2015, PT period, Ripple Solusi Tech, TEKNOLOGI, technology. Ripple's been a partner in Indonesia for approximately 9 years now. There's your evidence right there. That's why Microsoft is coming in, dumping almost $2 billion, because this has been planned already. What I'm showing you is I show you news that's happening today, right now, and then I can take this shit back in 10 years, from 10 years ago, and show you why this news is happening today is because in 2015, Indonesia became a Ripple partner. So Microsoft runs Hyperledger, and that's stellar. Now it's starting to make sense. Yeah, Microsoft has Hyperledger. They're working with the Stellar Foundation for that. And we can see here clearly that Indonesia is already a Ripple partner since 2015. So it makes sense that Microsoft would come in, probably going to use some Hyperledger here, and hook up all the Indonesians with Stellar and Ripple technology. There you go. That's your next article. Let me click out of that. Check some comments. Go to the next article. FARC. Let's see. Happy Easter. All right. Let's go Visa. Visa, Stellar, and Tether. I'm going to show you what's going on here. Stellar is taking over. Let's look at this article here. Visa says Circle surpasses Tether in stablecoin transaction race. Circle, as you know, Circle is a stable coin. It's running on Stellar technology. All right. Circle's USDC has begun to exceed Tether in terms of stablecoin transaction volume. This is a good one right here. That's according to Visa's new stablecoin transaction metric created with Allium Labs to remove potential distortions that can arise from inorganic activity and other artificial inflationary practices, as the company said on the website. What is this? Okay. You got Visa, a major Ripple partner. Okay. Visa is using XRP right now. What Visa did, Visa wants to incorporate stable coins, of course, because Ripple and Stellar are basically stable coins too. Visa is working with this company called Allium Labs, Allium, Allium Labs. Visa is working with them so that Visa can look at the stablecoin market and pick out the dumb shit, which Stellar is. I'm sorry, which Tether is. People say, oh, Tether inflates their prices and they create Tether out of thin air. This is what Visa did. They hired Allium Labs to work with them to remove potential distortions like Tether printing dumb shit that can arise from inorganic activity and other artificial inflationary prices. Oh man. Here is the death of Tether as we see it, okay? The government, look, the government sometimes is going to come in and get rid of something, but it's not going to be clear if the government did it. See, this is a slick move. You get rid of cryptos by not making them illegal, by maybe allowing Visa to come up with a platform that identifies dumb shit and then people don't want to buy it anymore. This is what happens here. Visa is leveling the playing field. Tether is destroyed. The findings were reported on Monday, April 29th by Bloomberg News, which notes they go against expectations, as Tether is usually seen as the sector's top stablecoin. Now, Tether has been fooling people all these years. It's not fooling Visa anymore. Those days are over with Tether. I hope you didn't get money in Tether because you're fucking done. Tether has 68% of the coins in circulation compared to Circle's 20%. So basically, Tether has over three times the amount of stablecoins on the market than Circle. And Circle beat them. Listen to this. I love it. According to Visa, USD Circle saw, let's say, almost 500 billion in transaction volume. How much did Tether get? 90. Did you hear those numbers? Circle, which is Tether, Circle, which is Stellar, got $450 billion in transactions. Tether got 90. What's the difference? 5 times. 500%. That's the difference. Stellar, which is USDC Circle, completely destroyed Tether this week with volume. Visa has an effort to track stablecoin transactions, and it comes as the government on both sides of the Atlantic are working to regulate the dollar-pegged cryptocurrency. The British government, now this one's important, listen to this. The British government is preparing legislation for stablecoins and crypto staking, exchange and custody, which could arrive June or July of this year. So, oh my God, Cryptoholic, next month or the month after, England is coming out with legislation for stable coins and crypto staking, exchange and custody, like the whole shot. This is pretty amazing. That's why I'm telling you. Now, whatever happens in England, it takes about 4 to 6 months to come across the river and hit the United States. Let's say 6 months. So it's what I've been seeing. So what happens in 6 months from now? We're starting to get close to an elections, November, right? And everything gets set up for 2025. See, England's coming out with their crypto regulations June or July. That's what it says here. I can't see 6 to 8 months later, the United States still not having theirs. I know they're slowing it down for the United States, definitely slowing it down. The British government announced plans last fall to bring fiat-backed stablecoins under the purview of the Bank of England. That's a Ripple partner, by the way. Bank of England, Ripple partner. That's all I'm going to go over on this Visa. Now let's look at some truth bombs here with Visa. For new people, we do a copy paste. New people. Check this one out. In 2021, December, Visa acquires former Ripple partner Currency Cloud for $925 million. Visa spends $925 million to have Ripple technology. Next article. This one's 2018. This is almost like 6 years ago. Visa does the same thing. Visa buys Earthport for $250 million. Now, what's interesting is we're talking about stable coins and all that stuff, right? Ripple announces they're coming out with a stable coin. But what I find more interesting is look what the World Bank. The World Bank 2 months ago calls XRP a stable coin. Now let's think about this. See, there's something going on here that I can't quite tell what's exactly going on. I don't have to understand all this stuff to invest in it. I've done my investing and I already know who wins, and that's XRP. Ripple comes and goes. Ripple, look, this whole Ripple thing, it's fake. It's like a bunch of governments together. Ripple is a nothing burger. The goal, what Ripple is to do, is a software company. That's what they claim to be. I don't believe anything these people fucking say. Ripple has to separate completely from XRP in order for this thing to run. Because everybody in the world, see, Bitcoin was a good test, but that's all it was. It doesn't work. Ripple came in with the XRP, which is a Bitcoin replacement. And the XRP is a global bridge currency, but here's what the World Bank's calling it: a stable coin. Now, what's confusing is Ripple announces they came out with a stable coin, but it's not XRP, or is it? The World Bank is calling XRP a stable coin, but yet Ripple announces they're coming out with the stable coin, but they didn't mention the word XRP. So did they create something separate than XRP? So then now Ripple has two stable coins then. One that they're just going to come out with, and then the XRP. But what Crypto Hulk says, what no other channel says, what if Ripple has more ledgers and more cryptos? First, we just thought there was XRP. Then they pop up with a stable coin, which we're ready to find out. Who's to say there's not more? Who's to say Ripple hasn't made a security token, a commodities token? Oh, damn, Crypto Hulk, now you're really going there. Who's to say? So that's why Look, this whole Ripple thing, it's kind of like, you ever watch, well, you've watched these weekly shows, right? Where every week something new happens. Oh, this dangerous thing happens. Up, the show ends. Let's see next week how it ends. And next week shows up and they find a solution to the problem. You never thought they're going to find a solution. And then the following week, the sitcom, the TV show, whatever it is, they find a solution to the problem. And then another problem pops up. And then they end the show. You got to wait a week. You go back to watch the show. That's what Ripple is. Just like that, right? But here's the deal. If you watch Crypto Hulk, you already know Ripple with Codius happened in 2014. This was already done 10 years ago. All the different use cases. Codius told us you'll have law, civics, crypto. Codius taught us that the XRP ledger and Codius, which is in partnership with Google, native client, it has safeguarded code. It's interoperable. Now they threw in artificial intelligence with it, so they added to it. That's going to run the world. So in a way, it's not that Ripple's making this stuff up. A lot of this was already done 10 years ago. They're waiting for the rest of us to catch up. They're releasing information, making it look like, yes, the Ripple development team is working on this. They've already done it. This is all for show. Other channels have no clue. So they'll call Crypto Hulk a liar, which makes no sense because all I do is show evidence all the time. So that in turn makes the haters the liars. That's how that works. And we're at 51 minutes. I think I'm going to wrap it up with that. Well, we got Dennis here. Hold on. Dennis H. Spot on, Hulk. Let Visa crack the whip, clearing the way for Ripple's stablecoin soon. Dennis H. Proposed U.S. stablecoin law says they must be registered with a bank trust. And Stuart Lavelle is talking about the Easter Bunny again. Okay, we're going to let him slide with that one. Probably having a tough day. He came back from the dentist yesterday, so he's probably on pain meds. Okay, we get it. Ragnar Lothbrook. Hulk, look at page 10 on Tether white paper. Stacy Bowes. Hulk, I don't think you've seen my earlier comment, but PPN, Patriot Party Network, played one of your videos from X on their show last night. Their audience is a couple million. Oh, well. Maybe they might want a little interview with good old Crypto Hulk. Patriots. That's who tends to really like Crypto Hulk show, are patriots in the United States. People that are pragmatic. They just see truth. They just want real answers, not the sideways answers, none of that dumb shit. But yeah, well, that's totally awesome. I've never heard of Patriot Party Network. I got so much time. Not that it's a small organization. I'm just busy all the time. I don't even look at other stuff. And now I don't even really watch any other crypto channels. It's just I don't find information like, yeah, I don't go on these other channels anymore. I used to a lot, but over the years it just kind of dwindled and dwindled. And now all I'm finding that these channels do is they promote and sell shit all the time. They'll read you a news article, be like, they're talking about gold or something. And then it's, oh, here's my gold sponsor. Go to them and buy your gold. So, but yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the Patriot Network, good for them. Trump has mentioned them in the past. Well, Yeah, I mean, they should actually interview me because I could take, I could save them a lot of time, kind of tell them about what I've discovered about how the United States hooked up China and Russia. I'm sure the Patriots would want to know why an American crypto company has helped a communist country hook all up with crypto. I'm sure the Patriots on that network would want to know why a crypto company in San Francisco called Ripple hooked up a socialist country and had a Ripple network and shit over there. I'm sure they'd love to know that. We can go on and on. I have all the evidence. I've shown it on the program. It's all public information that I've shown. I'm sure the Patriots would love to know this stuff. And then they can go get their Congress people together and do an investigation and find out why the fuck is Ripple helping out communist and socialist countries with crypto. Now we got a little boom boom pow going on in Ukraine, right? Boom boom pow. And then you got Russia talk about a new payment system that they're going to set up that we help them with. This absolutely makes no sense, but it's true. I can't make sense of it. I can find the information and show you on why America is helping socialist and communist countries come up with a new payment system that no other channel even has a clue about what I'm talking about. But yes, the Patriot Party network would love to have some fucking answers for this. They could probably petition a congressperson to do an inquiry and find out what the fuck. And Crypto Hulk will be up there being like, yo, yo, what's up, fans? I started from the bottom, now I'm here. Oh my God. All right, that'll be it. My name's Crypto Hulk. That's the end of this show. And that's the show. I'll see y'all in my next broadcast.